Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. This defense for the Bears, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Looking for his receiver, sharp, and it's intercepted. Picked off on a safety, Jarquiski Tartt, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Fields now to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more of what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. He will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Now Jones. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
On 2nd down, here's Barkley. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
And Gano's kick is right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the dirt.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
5-3 their record at the halfway point, and you have to imagine that there are folks saying,
and he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Dexter Lawrence able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Back to throw. Fields.
His throw incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Here's Fields.
Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. First down, Bears. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Now a 1st down throw. Fields.
Going to throw right side here. Complete. Breaks the tackle. Now an alley. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Blake Martinez. And the Giants are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing Jones. His throw complete right side to the tight end Parham. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Well, a lot of credit to the play caller here. He saw the design in his mind and implemented it. A little zone stretcher here because they started the tight end on the left side of formation and sent him on a crossing route. And this works really well where you can find that space between levels, and they were able to do so for good yardage.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. After the sack on 1st down, Jones. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. That And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Now Jones throwing on 1st down. That's out to his running back, Michel. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, Barkley takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Check the backer, check the backer. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Crash. No, go.
On 3rd down, Barkley, and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs. They have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. My game. He's tired of me.
Back to throw. Jones. Going right back to Galladay. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6.
One tight end. 4 down. Check.
Back to throw again. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Gano's kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on 3rd down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And the Giant rush gets home as down he goes. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. On 1st and 10, Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
Dominate him, boys. Dominate him.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
A play fake, now Fields to throw. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Fields. And that will be incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
A first down carry for Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Behind the chain, 2nd and 12. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught inside the 5. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A big connection on that one. 36 yards. Back to throw. Jones. That's to Galladay, and he's got it. Touchdown, New York. Kenny Galladay. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are a 2-point conversion away from tying this football game.
Joe Judge has made his verdict. His guys will go for 2 here. Jones throwing for it.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
To throw is Fields.
This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
Touchdown, Chicago!
I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield.
Yeah, normally when you talk about tight ends, you immediately begin talking about them rumbling down the field. But to me, he was pretty well gliding downfield there. Very athletic for a big man, and he takes this one all the way to pay dirt.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 20.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
2nd and 4.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it again with Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown.
Kenny Galladay
with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is down to 2. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Now it's Fields.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
One play action. Fields.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A huge play there for Chicago. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A give. This is Montgomery, and he'll get 4 there down to about the 12-yard line.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Rosa's kick is good. And that will push the lead up to 5.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He's got some space here. And he takes us all the way down to the Bears 13. 113 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. 13 yards remaining on second down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Bears are right back in this football game.
Do you have one of those charts that tells you to go for 2 or go for 1?
I don't. I know you do. But I don't care what the chart says there. You got to kick it, right?
I agree totally, because somewhere the chart's something's going to pop out of the chart and say, hey, man, just kick the extra point here. You're in good shape. I think they were chasing points there when they didn't need to.
Yeah, try to get a little bit greedy, take the lead in the 4th quarter. Now they still trail by 1. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Fields now to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
A quick throw out wide to Mooney. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. He'll look to throw. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33.
I'm starting to wonder here, are they trying to prevent winning? Because right now, they're laying back and they're picking them apart, moving the ball downfield. I think they got to start bringing a little pressure towards the quarterback.
first down. Here's the run with Montgomery. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Montgomery. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Montgomery back to the ground. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. At the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. He's back to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Julian Love. And the Giants have just about sewn up this football game. Just when you thought this game might be turned on its ear, a late interception pretty much going to seal the deal. Yeah, boy, talking about having your backs to the wall. This defense, they looked like they were in danger of surrendering this lead, but they knew they needed that one play. And they got it right there, partner. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers. I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory. So for the Giants, it's a rare victory for them as they get that record back to 3-7. And they'll get the weekend off now as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll lose an important one here.